Okay. Hello, hello. Okay, there we go. It's just messing with the microphone settings. So, these 2 days have been a bit weird. I was not expecting to be as busy. Never am. Always have to do a lot of stuff, but that's okay. I've found time. Oh wait, I'm playing as Dolores. Also, the music's not on for some reason, and I do not know why. So if I remember the controls. I do. Food. 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 Hiya. I may have to restart this run already. But you know what? We're gonna commit. Radio's always good. That. Forgot how wonky the controls are in this game. Looks like it's streaming at a consistent 60, so that's good. Always happy when that's happening. So we're gonna go back for the gun, because the gun is really important. Children do be optional though, so... Uh-oh, it might only be Dolores in here. Timmy! Can I take the other child? Nope, you're too huge. Take up too many inventory slots. Well, the child goes with me. I'm sorry, husband and daughter. But look at that food and water, though. Blue, hi. How you doing? Streamer man. Feels like every time I'm talking to a person in chat, it's like, oh yeah, it's been like a few weeks. It's been crazy. Alright. Timmy is safe, and that's what matters. We barely got here in time ourselves. We have no idea what happened to Mary Jane and Ted. Maybe they're okay. Yeah, I bet they're having picnics upstairs. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans. We'll sleep on cans. We even talk to cans. Some of us already do. There's just barely enough water for everyone. We have to ration it strictly. Gaming? Hi, Strawberry. I just got off work. How have you been? I've been doing alright. Honestly, I've not been making too much progress in the goals I've been wanting to do, but that's okay. Alright, Streamman. I got a job. Let's go! Do you enjoy the job, or is it job? I mean, the best case scenario would be that it's something that you enjoy, but the sad reality of it is that most of the time it's just, you get money. You clock in, you get money, and you get out. What we would give to be able to enjoy the sunshine again. You can't say there's a lot of light underground. We don't expect to get any brighter down here. That's not very good. I hope you meet your goal soon. Oh, thank you. I'm still working on it. That's actually why I'm streaming today. I'm still on track for some of them, but that's fine. I will find a way. I always find a way, Blue. Most people find a way. We can take care of ourselves. Life is hard for us right now. But yes, I do enjoy my job, actually. Oh, nice. I work at a grocery store and I just put people's online orders together. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, it means you get very familiar with the store, probably. Very, very familiar. I believe in you. I know you've got this. Thank you. I'm also happy to hear that you actually like your job. That is very rare. Every time I hear any of my friends talk about their jobs, like, God, I hate everything. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. We hope it stays this way, despite the dire circumstances and all the trouble we are going through. Timmy is being very brave. Thank you, Timmy. Can't make sure strong is still strong. Nope. This is terrible. We can't sleep. We've been having problems with sleeping ever since we got down here, but it's worse than ever. If we don't deal with this problem, we won't be able to cope with any other challenges that await us outside thin shelter door. Or outside these thin shelter doors. I know, right? Many of my friends are also trying to start working with me as well. I haven't seen this game in forever, though. Oh yeah, 60 seconds? Yeah. I like it because it's a relaxing game. That's the main theme I've been going with since I'm playing on Steam Deck. And I kind of have to choose pretty simple games to play. Because, you know, the PC would explode if I try to do any of my regular games. Like, if I tried to play Expedition 33 or, like, Satisfactory on this, apparently, it'd explode. It's not happy with me. Our first aid kit was well stocked with a variety of medical supplies, including a pack of sleeping pills. Strangely enough, we never thought we would use them, but in these conditions, it's the right thing to do. Also, it was a nice change from our usual diet of tomato soup. We're all rested now and can enjoy our time in the shelter, or can we? The horse will not last long without water. Timmy has been talking about nothing other than water. You should drink some. Fine, you both get water. Needy. It looks like the area is still irradiated. Going to the wasteland right now is unsafe unless you don't mind getting sick. That would be bad. Fair enough. Also, I have two new cosplays I'm working on, Ghost, Hollow Knight, and a Helldiver. Ooh, nice. I know with Helldivers, they're coming out with the ODST DLC pretty soon. So that's going to be very big. That's going to bring a lot of people to the game, because I know a lot of people love Halo ODSTs. Although, I wonder which one's probably going to be harder. I imagine Ghost is going to be a little bit more difficult. Well, they both have separate challenges for doing cosplays. Ever since we jumped into our fallout shelter, we've been wondering about the other door in the shelter. Should it even be there? Where does it lead? It's high time we checked out. Nah, do not worry about it. If it's a rat, it's a rat. Yeah, see, they're fine. Some things are better left untouched and unknown. Oh, they just do not check it. Oh. Well, unlucky. The last time I tried to check it with the gun, they shot something. And that did not end well. Whatever's behind the door will have to stay there. We also stack some furniture against it, just to be sure nothing and no one comes through them. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Timmy is no longer thirsty. Yippee. Helldivers 1 is 100% harder. I'm debating on if I should play Peak or something else. They shot something. So what happened during one of my playthroughs, I guarantee I have this in a VOD, but they opened the door with the gun and they shot at it, and it was like a dog or something. They did not shoot the dog, but they scared it off. And I was like, oh, the pupper. But the pupper's gone. What if I want the pupper to be here? And Peak is really fun, but I'd probably recommend it. It's a lot better with friends. It's probably really frustrating if you play it by yourself. Oh no, the dog. Exactly. I'd have been even more sad if it was a cat. No biases, though. I love all animals equally, except cats. We thought it would be a great idea to have some role-playing fun and create our own shelter, theater group. We called it the Thunderdome. We spent the rest of the day trying to write a script for our performance. We almost got into a fight over it and decided that maybe it would be best to play something simpler. So Dolores was talking to Timmy and was like, Timmy, no, you do not understand. Bullying the child about the theater group. Cool. What a great mother. I approve. Yeah, I haven't played the Mesa update yet, but I agree. It would be sadder if it was a cat. I bought my cat bow ties. Is the cat a very nice gentleman or gentlewoman? I do not judge whatever the cat is. And like, the cat's a cat. We played I Spy, and it was pretty fun for the first 3 minutes. After that, everyone got bored of the letter W. For Wall. Everything seems okay with Dolores. No news is good news. There's nothing new going on with Timmy. They're both very handsome gentlemen. Wall. Okay, it's still irradiated. I will wait. Mutated rodents are attacking our supplies. We're not sure if they're rats, feral bunnies, or just mutated hamsters. All of these options are pretty grim. We could use spare ammunition or something else to get rid of Every one of these pests. Axe. Use the axe. Oh look, Timmy's starting to draw. Good job, Timmy. Our cans are saved. It's too bad for the hairy mutant. Guess we're still top of the food chain. Good for us. Can we eat the hairy mutant? Please. Water is all Dolores wants. Dolores has not eaten for a while. How about getting Timmy something to drink? He's not looking well, so they both need water, and then you also get food today. You can get addicted to the food. We had planned to go to Niagara Falls and see those beautiful waterfalls. We never expected to get waterfall of our very own in our shelter. Right now, it seems that half a dozen pipes burst, and all that water is pouring right into our bunker. We need to save our supplies. Well, we're saving the radio. Why is Timmy drawing a strange man with a hat? What's that, like, folklore... What's that horror movie about, like, the guy who's, like, tall in a hat? I remember watching, but I do not remember it. Was it the Babadook? Timmy's over here drawing the Babadook. He's getting haunted in his dreams, and Dolores is like, oh, children nowadays. Drawing tall men in hats. How silly. The radio was rescued first before any of that filthy liquid got into its case. It wasn't long before most of the water disappeared, but the damage it's done was more than enough to upset us. Cleaning and fixing this mess will take days. And what's that smell? I think that's what it's called, yeah. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Dolores is no longer hungry. Timmy is no longer thirsty. Timmy should have something to eat. Fine, Timmy, you get food. It's a very... That horror movie is a very odd horror movie. Because... If you do not want to spoil it for the movie, then, like, just... Then just, like, close your ears for, like, 10 seconds. But at the end of the movie, instead of getting rid of the Babadook, they just, like, put it in the basement. And then they just, like, feed it food, and it's just there. Imagine, like, imagine if the lady in the movie has, like, a bad date or something like that, and she just brings the date down to the basement and is like, hey, I need to introduce you to someone. Oh, my child is just seeing the Hat Man. No issues happens all the time. Dolores, check on your child. The child's fine. Timmy's okay. I do not watch horror movies. Don't worry, spoilers won't bother me. Okay. I always say for the people who care, and I understand not watching horror movies. Because I understand it's like a very visceral reaction. It's like how... I've heard how, like, people with kids or something like that do not like watching horror movies whatsoever. Because it, like, they're on edge. It's very interesting. We've discussed everything we could, and no one is willing to chat anymore. The silence is really disturbing. We should do something before we start talking to ourselves instead. Dolores rather talk to the walls than talk to her own child. She's literally me. Okay, nothing's broken yet. That would be golden to shove a bad date down there, yeah. Go on, go in the basement. There's a pupper. There's a good boy down there. What's the last horror movie that I saw? I think the last horror movie that I've seen was The Monkey. He's just a little guy. Yeah, it's just a little guy with long fingernails, and I think part of German or something folklore. Ah, how fortunate. We took the radio with us. We can probably listen to some music. They still play music out there, don't they? Timmy is no longer hungry. Dolores is doing quite well, or she just can't find anything to complain about today. And you just said you got off work, so hopefully it's not too late for you, right? I hope not. If it's like midnight or 1 a.m., go to sleep. It's very nice catching up with you, but trust me, there'll be another time in which I am streaming. And if you ever want to talk, or you want to, like, send a message, you can always talk to me on the Discord. It's 9:42 p.m. Oh. Okay, that's not too late. Well, never mind then. Stay awake. Stay awake. Never go to sleep. Or the Hat Man will show up. But instead of being like a bad Hat Man, it's just a Hat Man that's like checks up on you and it's like, hey, you doing alright? You go to sleep. I start work tomorrow at 3:45 p.m., so it's not an issue, haha. I slept all day, so I think I'm just nocturnal now. I have for like the past few months been going to sleep at like 5 a.m. I am a night owl. And I feel perfectly fine. And now I'm probably gonna get the message, but streamer man, you're not supposed to go to sleep at that hour. I'm fine. And I would message, but kind of too afraid to ever do that. Oh, yeah, it's perfectly fine, Blue. If you didn't want to message on the Discord server, I'm not gonna force you to do anything. You are perfectly content the way you are. You don't have to stress about meeting some sort of expectation. Just be happy with what you're doing. We've been hello, reading. We've been wondering what happened to Uncle Brian. He should have been far from where the bombs fell, but no one knows for sure. It would be great to find out. He always looked on the bright side of life. So maybe we should too, but it's not easy. Say, didn't we have a photo of him tucked away in one of the books at home? Good thing we do not have the books anymore. It's not that I don't want to, honestly. I'd love to be more active, just too busy and too scared. Is it like the... I could try to relate to myself. It's where you, like, joined a new group, or there's a bunch of people in there who seem to, like, know each other, and you're afraid that you're gonna say something that's, like, weird, or is gonna, like, disrupt something. Believe it or not, Blue, that is the conversation that's going on in your head, but that's probably not, like, true. Even in, like, most social situations, most people love having new conversations, but I do not know. Your reasoning could be completely different. That's usually what happens with me. That's why when I join, like, new streamer discords or anything, I barely talk. I'm busy as well, and also when I feel like talking, I have no idea what to say. Like, what am I supposed to do? Drum up conversation? That's what you were here for. That's why I'm the streamer and you're the streamee or something. Yep, that's exactly it. And also, it's scary talking to people like you. Not in a bad way, just you're a streamer and it scares me. True. You should be scared of me being a streamer. Streamers are bad, bad people. And so, we are left with no photos, no news, and no happy thoughts. The world is too cruel. Flores can't remain this thirsty for long. Timmy prefers apple juice, but right now, we should get him some water. Timmy wanting water. Well, it just means that it just takes time to get to the point in which you feel that you're ready. Oh no, what shall I ever do? And I continue watching the stream. If only I could fix my current circumstance. Anyway. You know, I kind of do that. I've done that a lot recently, where I'm like, I need to do something today, and I really want to fix my circumstances. I want to be even more productive than I am. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to open up YouTube for like 3 hours straight. Because YouTube gets me. YouTube understands. I'm going to watch the same video that I've watched 17 million times, because that video gets me. You know, I'm sending Timmy to the waste. If there's anyone who can rescue us from this hellish situation, it's our government. That's the most untrue statement ever said. The government never helps anyone. Untrue. Untrue. Redacted. You can badmouth them all you... The next line of dialogue. You can badmouth them all you want, but that probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens. We've been paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when we... Never mind! The government people are coming, and we should keep our ears and eyes open for any sign from them. Do you have any plans for your next streams? Hi, Streamer Nuke. Hi, Ocean. How you doing on YouTube? So, the plan that I have for my next few streams... So, for the away streams, I can pretty much only play, like, Omari and 60 seconds. So, I'm probably going to be changing in between those. But once I get back to my PC, I'm going to focus on getting through, like, Expedition 33. And then also, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start streaming longer by working on some challenges that I never did. So that would be, like, Hollow Knight, doing all the bindings for the Pantheons, and then Celeste, Golden Strawberries. Because I really do want to do that. And also, eventually, Ultra Kill. But Ultra Kill's like a neglected child in my streams. I completed Ultra Kill, and I was like, I'm content. Who needs to do the P rankings? I'm doing meh. Sounds good. We knew it. The government has not fallen, and they're coming to save us. They didn't give exact dates in the radio transmission, but we're sure They won't keep us waiting long. They said they will be in touch in a couple days and told us to await further instructions. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Dolores would really love something to eat. Well, I guess they get both. You. Oh wait, no, the child. Take the gun. Ultra is a skeleton in the wheelchair at the bottom of the ocean. Yes, it is. Hey, I did finish Ultra Kill, and I did do a few of the P ranks. I did what I said I would do, but like, there's still other content that I've not done of the game, and I feel bad. Geometry Dash is the drowning child. Geometry Dash is beneath the Earth's crust. Well, there goes Timmy. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Dolores has not eaten for a while. There you go. We didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb dropped. Yet, here we are. We can clearly hear a phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should someone go answer it? Sure. Ooh, and I'd love to watch this Hollow Knight one. I've been playing Hollow Knight Randomizer with a friend. Is that something you should try? It's hilarious. I did Randomizer a little bit. It did seem fun. I'll write that down. And Celeste is the child being brought in the pool. Yes. I swear I tabbed out for 2 seconds. Where did Timmy go? We do not worry about where Timmy has gone. Timmy is a good child. Okay, Hollow Knight Randomizer. I do not remember if I still have that mod installed. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Dolores is no longer hungry. There isn't a lot of space down here, and we could smell everything. When one of the wall bricks got loose today and revealed the hole, we felt pretty sick. It's the smell coming from the hole. It's terrible. Should we investigate and remove the source of the stench? I need to make one of those immediately. How do you make them? Make what? A child? You see, what happens is when you make a child, the way a child is made is a mother and like a father or another parental figure, it does not matter. What they do is they hold hands and then a stork comes by with a child. It's really cool. It's a very interesting process. Streamerman! I'm not gonna explain the birds and the bees on stream. Not at this hour. Streamer would know. So true. After the divorce, really came to... I was about to tell you to cease the speaking. Cheap viewers, hold on. Very cool. Very also nice of you to interrupt a blue while they were sending a message. How rude. Alright, what was the other message? Oh no, that's not at this hour, yes. What hour is it? Not gonna say. Yes. Or should I just say no to everything? How dare you, scammer person. I was typing. Is Boop in chat? It sounds like them. It is not Boop. It is Blue. A completely separate individual. Boop is probably asleep by now. And honestly, the next time Boop comes in chat, they might be angry at me because I've been streaming at hours that they specifically state that they're asleep. We decided to ignore the hole, the stench, and anything that might happen because of it. We're taking enough risk anyway. We ended up feeling a bit unwell, and later on we heard something moving in the hole. A few hours after that, the smell was gone. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. Hello, random other person. I have no idea who you are, but no, I am not Boop. I am Blue. Yeah. Yeah, Ocean and Starberry are on YouTube, and you're on Twitch, which is clearly the superior of the platforms. I have no favorites, except Twitch. It's been a while. We don't know how much... What am I reading? It's been a while. We don't know much about what's happening on the surface. If we only had a chance to tune in to some emergency radio broadcast and learn a thing or two. Hi, random person. Hope you're doing good. Ocean wishes you well, Blue. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news! The thaw outside has mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. If there's one thing we need, it's water for Dolores. Where's Timmy? Streamer, how could you pick favorites? That's not cool. Well, you see, I'm not currently worrying about my children right now. I thought the whole thing about picking favorites is you're not supposed to pick favorites with, like, children and, like, family members. Anyway, how do you make a meme format? Ocean, I wish you a very good night / day as well. Yeah, I hope you hear that, Ocean. Sherman, where is Timmy? I don't know. Maybe it lost him in the grocery store. So, if you're talking about just like a generic meme format, I mean, if you're talking about like text format, the text format that most memes use is called impact. But that's like, you need to be more specific. It's not easy to be calm in these circumstances. Hopefully we will keep our peace, or else we might need to act like wolves. Survival of the fittest and all. What are you talking about? Why wolves specifically? Is that Timmy? We're trying our best to remain calm. The situation we're in is far from normal. We might never get used to it. We hope the help comes soon. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Dolores has not eaten for a while. You're hungry. I mean, like, what do people use to make the meme? Like the text? Well, they use the impact font. That's the font that they use. I've used it before. They use impact, they use white, and then they use a black border. Our patience is wearing thin. We thought it would be a good idea to take a quick look outside to see if there is any trouble in the area. As we were about to step out, a pair of animal eyes flashed in the darkness, and their owners started growling in a most terrifying way. We only had moments to decide what to do. We did nothing. The program streamer? You can use, like, Krita, or you can use something else. Oh, hey, Timmy. Look, Timmy's doing fine! The program, I mean, you might be able to use, like, iFunny or something like that, but I just use art programs. I guarantee there's a meme maker or something like that that you can use. I've not looked into it. Also, the gun's ruined. What happened, Timmy? Also, how did you get poisoned? Timmy isn't looking too good. No, Timmy's just a growing boy. That's what growing men look like. I'm pretty sure. He's a little bit good. In other circumstances, we might have risked battling a beast in the darkness, but for some reason, we felt that was not to our liking, so we screamed and screamed with terror. The creature was probably more afraid of us than we were of it. It left in a hurry. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. A local supermarket might have seemed like a great place for a safe haven, but unfortunately, a bandit group had the same idea and turned it into their new home instead. These thugs are heavily armed and were able to terrorize the entire area. Maybe stealing from them would be ideal payback. Sneaking through the store shelves provide us with a few soup cans. So this is all Timmy's work, by the way. One of the walls was decorated with a big map of the surrounding area. Several buildings had X markings on them. We were in a rush because the raiders would come back any minute. We grabbed a few things at random. One of them turned out to be bug killing spray. Ooh. So much for our rifle. It got damaged during our expedition. How? Peak? Yes, the Peak video game. The one about climbing. This last expedition got us thinking. Maybe we should just drive away from this nightmare somehow. Of course, most of the automobiles available are completely burnt out, but if we find a solid base and scavenge enough parts, perhaps we could build a vehicle of our own. We'd better keep an eye out for those on future expeditions. Dolores is no longer hungry. Timmy is hungry. Timmy is really tired, and Timmy's not feeling well. Alright, Timmy, how you feeling? Hungry, tired, and sick. Well, have a soup can. Who's alive still? Dolores and Timmy. Also, keep in mind that Mary Jane and the husband, Dolores' husband, Dolores' husband was left in the nuclear bomb. We're either going crazy or this entire shelter is crawling with insects, or worse. It's worse. There's spiders, and not some miniature ones, but huge, furry, and very creepy beasts. We've got to do something about them. Starberry's worst nightmare. By the way, you only have to feed and water people once every 5 days. I'm not worrying about it. When it's us or them, there shouldn't be any reservations when it comes to choosing your arsenal. Also, wait, hold on, Ocean. You're telling me that after I just fed Timmy after nearly dying. I heard my name mentioned. What did you say? There were spiders in the fallout shelter. I said it would be your worst nightmare, being trapped in a confined space with a bunch of big spiders. I remember the Omari stream. When it's us or them, there shouldn't be any reservations when it comes to choosing your arsenal. We knew those spiders stood no chance against well-armed bug-killing spray, so we used it. When it was over, the few remaining spiders fled. We started cleaning up and claimed an unexpected prize, a soup can that we didn't notice before. It was well hidden in the shadows and under a few layers of dead spiders. I would just die, honestly. Timmy should eat something. If we don't do anything about Timmy's sickness, it might get worse. I'm just going to keep feeding Timmy for the hopes that Timmy's not going to die. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days rest. Some water for Timmy would be nice. Dolores will be not lasting long without water. Well, have some more food, Timmy. You deserve it. The soup can was hidden under spiders. How many were there? They were big spiders. Like Australian spiders. We've been hearing strange noises lately. It is coming from the outside, or is it something that came into the shelter with us? Could it be? We found nothing. We felt like we might be going crazy. We should probably keep busy with something to keep us occupied before it gets worse. Or before this gets worse. Oh, somebody's knocking. Oh, Timmy's got a new drawing! Yippee! Having some fun made us forget about, what was it again? Timmy should eat something. Timmy is still quite sickly. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. Well, you get water. We had the most curious visitors today. One of them was making the sound of a galloping horse using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other. Oh, this is the Monty Python reference. Shermer, would you hold a tarantula for $20? So yeah. I'm not scared of spiders. I'd do it for free. Well, his companion was pretending to ride said horse. They claimed to be on a very important quest to seek some magical cup. Only they lost their way in the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map to determine their whereabouts. And plus, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, tarantulas typically only go after, like, bugs and things like that, so they have no reason to bite you, unless you, like, provoke them. They seem friendly enough, so we let them have a look at our map. They thanked us and offered us some supplies in exchange. We graciously accepted and wished them luck on their quest. Not even the huntsman spider? I do not know the huntsman spider. I'm not very familiar with my spider lore. I need to catch up, apparently. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Dolores would really love something to eat. Timmy is very hungry. Timmy needs an extra blanket. He's shivering all the time. Timmy will survive. Timmy will be fine. The big one in Australia. I've never seen it before. I'll take a look. I'm not going to share it on stream, but I'll give my reaction. Oh, this is a reaction stream now. Wow. I mean, it looks like a spider. Huh. Spider. So spider. Spider. Timmy's gonna die. No, Timmy's fine. It's a mindset problem. Timmy will be fine. We received another transmission from the army. They'll be doing a quick sweep of the area, and they asked all survivors to leave markings at the nearest bus stop to indicate they're around. The markings are to be made with cards. Guess we won't be able to play poker, but if that gets us rescued, then we can probably make that sacrifice. Welp. Damn it. We missed our chance to let the military know where we are. There's a good bet that they will get back to us again, but when will that be? Dolores would really love something to eat. Dolores is no longer hungry. Timmy's very hungry. Yeah, but Timmy's fine. Spider. It's really weird when you get that feeling that something is watching you. Our shelter is tiny, but this has been bugging us for a while now. We checked out the closets, and no one's hiding there. Is there something alive down there besides us? Maybe a rodent of some kind? If so, we need to show it that we are the dominant species in this little paradise of ours. Yes, the paradise. Also, we're running out of water. Whatever it was, it's dead now. Quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding in one of those nasty little holes. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Do you have any gray hairs, old streamer man? Technically, we all have gray hairs. Because hair is naturally gray. But it's just the chemicals that are in your hair that make it like different colors. So sure, I have gray hairs, but you're just not able to see them. Or maybe I'm dyeing my hair. Who knows? Timmy's very hungry. Okay, so Timmy needs water. Okay, well, that's not an answer. The note we found in our door today was a real surprise to us all. It's not signed, but it says that whoever wrote it has been observing us for a while and believes we're the right kind of people. They instruct us to send a single unarmed representative to a meeting today at midnight to find out more. Should we send someone? Yes, release the baby. Oh dear. Streamer, it's hair color. No way you need to be private about that. Nah. It's more fun that way. You see, like, my hair is it's actually red all the time. You know, like Ninja Tyler Fortnite Blevins when he used to stream and he used to change his hair color all the time. Yeah, it's red. It's currently very red. The meeting was organized by twin siblings, a brother and a sister, who took it upon themselves to scout the remains of the city looking for trustworthy and decent people. They seemed honest about their intentions, and we're more than happy to meet them again. They said they know where to find us, and they're going to contact us if they need some help. So starvation. So let's see. It has become more and more difficult to breathe in the shelter over the last couple of hours. We suspect there is something wrong with the ventilation. Maybe he got stuck somehow, but how? We need to investigate or he might suffocate. Timmy can't see, bro. No, it's because all this conversation about hair. That's what's causing Timmy to be like this. We decided to ignore any problems with the vents and focus on other problems. As predicted, all of us developed a nasty cough and had trouble breathing. But it got better next morning. We don't know what the issue was, but the important thing is it's gone now. We stumbled upon a weird signal when changed radio frequencies. We were pretty sure that behind layers of terrible static and streams we could hear a voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's the Soviets? We should probably listen to it. But what about the children? Yeah, what if they're, like, convinced into Soviet or Russian propaganda? How dare they? Then they'll become communists. Hey look, another picture. What the dog doing? Or is that a horse? I have no clue. We decided to protect our delicate American ears and turned off the radio. It was unintelligible anyway. Dolores would really love something to eat. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Okay, starvation, that's probably bad. I don't have faith. Timmy will be fine. Our situation is getting worse every day. We can see the hunger and desperation in each other's eyes. We know a teacher from a local school rescued a bunch of kids when the bomb fell. We also know what kind of supplies are in the school shelter as part of the community. We helped stock it for an emergency, so technically they're ours, right? Should we reclaim them in our hour of need? No. Robbing innocent people? Absolutely not. We are not savages. We cannot stoop that low. It's important to keep our values, even in these troubled times, especially in these troubled times. Let's see it set a shiny example. Let's set a shiny example and leave these poor people alone. Okay, so Timmy needs more water. Here you go. You get the last of the water. Now, just in the run. Yeah, this is the best run I've ever had, definitely. I have yogurt. Delicious. Let's go. Hopefully it's a good flavor of yogurt. Enough of this plain, tasteless water. Dolores is really craving a cup of coffee. Really true blue American coffee. The kind that you can drink 5 cups and still feel sleepy. But where are we going to find that in the wasteland? Or in this wasteland? Well, Dolores' favorite diner is, or used to be, a few blocks away. Maybe someone should go on a coffee run, but who? Send the child. Make a dried yogurt? That's not a good idea. Our volunteer came back empty-handed. Apparently the diner is now just a sad hole in the ground with some seats lying around. What a letdown. Okay, they both need food. We saw something strange on our way back from the expedition. A chain of lights on the horizon. Pulsing and flashing in a chaotic manner. It didn't make much sense to us at the time. When we discussed it in the shelter, Timmy said it might be a secret scout signal. He would need to check out the signal by himself and decode it using the scout book. ATU him streamer? No. They're all alive. We have doubts about it being a legitimate signal from Real Scouts. We're not risking walking into a bandit trap. Better just forget we saw anything. Are you him streamer? No, I am not him. Timmy is hungry. They're all hungry. Would you believe it? Who ate the soup? When conducting our daily supply count, we've noticed that the soup can is missing. We're absolutely sure it was just there. It was there just yesterday. That can only mean one thing. We have a soup thief among us. Now we just need to figure out who the culprit is. Okay, who's really hungry? I'm gonna say it was Dolores. Okay, so it's not Dolores, apparently. Dolores took this opportunity to calmly point out how messy the shelter is. And by calmly, we mean that she hasn't thrown anything at anybody just yet. We apologized to her when the soup can was found behind the cupboard. How could we suspect her of doing something so terrible? Shame on us. Dolores will not survive without water. Oh dear. Well, we need to go on that expedition very soon. But Timmy will be fine. How you doing, Timmy? It's just you and me. Yeah, Timmy really needs water, but I have nothing to give. Use the soup for food and, like, thirst. Another broadcast from the military. They said they need to look at the general area and that they want us to leave specific markings close by. They said the marking should be cards, playing cards. How strange is that? We're supposed to go out to the nearest bus stop and pin the card denoting our head count there? Weird. Perhaps, but if we're doing it, the time is now. Well, that's unfortunate. Is it the 33rd expedition? Per mayhaps chance? It is not the 33rd expedition, sadly. Dang it, we missed our chance again. Yep. A sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For just one can of soup, we get the bag and all its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step forward towards the mysterious bag. Should we do it? Yes. We're kind of desperate. I'm pretty sure it's like a cat or something, right? Yeah. Oh dear. Oh no. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to be just an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Shakarov? Is that its name? What the heck, I've never seen this. Our return was far from happy. We found our home inhabited by someone else. A group of people, to be precise. They weren't interested in sharing their shelter, as they said. No room for us, then. It's time to find a new home. How did this happen? Because Timmy was in the shelter, was he not? I guess they just chucked Timmy out of the shelter, which is amusing. Oh, so because Timmy went insane from lack of water, he ran out, and then people took over the shelter. Okay. You were driven away. Wait, so Dolores is still technically alive. That's odd. Timmy can't survive on his own too? Well, yeah, I expected that. Lord, just tomato soup every day, all day. Pretty sure there has to be a parent alive at all times. Yes, there has to be a single parent that's alive. Even though I'm pretty sure Mary Jane would be just fine by herself. But, you know, who am I to judge? Okay, bullets. I mean, since I'm here. Wait, wrong way. Oopsie. Timmy! Oh, no room. I forgot how much space everything is. Come here, husband. Gun. Soup. Gas mask? Yes. Well, unlucky, Mary Jane. That's all I gotta say about that. Get all 4 people? I could not. I probably spent too much time... Yeah, I probably spent too much time trying to get extra items, but... Oh well. We only have 1 soup can. Almost all of us made it to the shelter. Almost. All we can do now is start thinking of creative ways to serve our canned soup. We don't have that much food. No one's complaining. Yet. But even canned soup might become an extravagant dish quite soon. There's just barely enough water for everyone. We should have to ration it strictly. Yep, and they're not getting anything on the first day. Confined spaces are not a very friendly environment, and we quickly got into an argument over some trivial things. If this keeps on, we might find ourselves in a nasty place. Mary Jane is gone now. Maybe she'll come into the shelter. Who knows? She'll just open the door. And be like, guys, what happened? Already has a shadow. We're done fighting, but for how long? I'm pretty sure they're all fine. Yeah, they're fine. Not gonna worry about that. We decided to have some fun today and play a game or two. The first one was picking the game we were going to play. This took us most of the day, and we still haven't made up our minds. Finally, there's no tuba. Yes, that was the reason that she was left, because she's a tuba player. We played hide and seek. The longest run we were able to play lasted for around 10 seconds, and that was only because the lights went out for a moment. Yeah, they're not going to worry about that. Unless there's the dehydration status effect, you're not getting nothing. I eated my last peach yogurt. Let's go. I guess I could... What was that? A rat? Rats are usually smaller than cats. And what's with the double tail? We can't let this thing get to our supplies. Shoot it! Ah, no dread yogurt. Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hairy mutant. Oh no. Guess we're still on top of the food chain. Good for us. Damn, our gun blew up when we tried to shoot the thing. The horse will not survive without water any longer. Alright, are they all on dehydration? Dehydration, dehydration, dehydration. You know what? They can go one more day. They're strong. We're gonna send Ted. Good luck, Ted. Oh, they get water now. We've been hearing strange noises lately. Is this coming from the outside, or is it just something that came into the shelter with us? Could it be? We found nothing. We feel like we might be going crazy. We should probably get busy with something to keep us occupied before this gets worse. You really need to get mutated Mary Jane. It's so OP. Well, mutated Mary Jane is probably not in the shelter right now. Boredom can really get to you in the shelter. It can lead you to dark places. Trust us. Whoever designed this fallout shelter was a genius, but we can't really tell if that green stuff dripping from the pipe is an included feature. We should probably try doing something about it with whatever we brought down here. Do you know what's funny? The suitcase and the gas mask are two things that I just took away. Well, yeah, next round, I guess. I guess. We couldn't figure it out. So we just assumed that's what a regular pipe would do in the event of a nuclear apocalypse and decided to ignore it. We've been feeling a bit funny today, though. Probably no connection to the pipe. None whatsoever. The last thing we expected here while sitting in the fallout shelter was a trumpet. It was played by someone who's clearly not a trumpet player and who has probably never heard a trumpet player in his entire life. He came with a friend who knocked on the door and demanded that we let the merry men enter so they could take from the rich and give to the poor. Should we let them in? But you can always send her on an expedition so she'll always come back and doesn't need water. Okay. I could say yes. Yes. We're gonna say yes every time this route. These married folks were very kind. They noticed we didn't have a radio and so offered us one. When we asked where they got it, someone said the 1%. Okay, let's see. Hunger, thirsty. Ring, ring. There we were, thinking I would never hear a telephone signal again. But suddenly a phone starts ringing from somewhere outside. We figured it's the phone booth across the street. Should someone go answer it? Yes, Timmy. It's always Timmy. Say Timmy's fine. Okay, I already read this dialogue before, so it's like one of the new quest lines. Dehydration. Starvation. What's that sound? Oh no, something or someone is below us. It's only reasonable to go and check it out. How about using that manhole in the corner? Where did Ted go? Already? I don't know. What the hell? We barely made it out alive. It was a giant mutated crocodile, or an alligator, or something else with a giant mouth and plenty of teeth. Is anyone hurt? Okay, so you need both, and then you get that. There's never a good time to go out into the radioactive wasteland, but it seems this will become a necessity in this new world of ours. We thought it would be a good idea to make this happen sooner rather than later. I planned a trip outside. Before we could make the third step beyond the shelter doors, an unknown creature started growling at us from the darkness. We only had moments to decide what to do. That's the only option I have. Oh, Ted's back. Gas mask is destroyed. There's no suitcase. We decided to check what's coming for us with our flashlight. Guess what? It was a dog! The poor thing seemed tired, so we let it stay with us for the night. Next morning, we opened the door to let it out. It still hasn't returned. Hopefully it'll come back later. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. The first thing to fall in a time of crisis is order. Yet here we are, walking next to the police station, and it turned out to be still operated and staffed. We met with a few policemen inside. They seemed capable of doing their job, though it's pretty odd the way they were talking about a new world order. The policemen were quite nervous while we were around. After a short chat, they gave us some food. They told us to go away and never mention what we saw to anyone. Suddenly, the officers started arguing over the subject of taking over the world. It was really strange. They yelled about how they can't assault the firemen without proper firepower. They even threw a rifle through the window, claiming it was useless without any ammunition. We disagreed and took the rifle with us when we were leaving. Oh, and the suitcase and the gas mask are gone. Dog moment. Yes, certified dog moment. We're no doctors, but we should help Dolores. Her wounds are pretty bad. Why does she have wounds? Oh, is that from, like, the crocodile thing? Man, just tired. A group of doctors knocked on our door today, requesting some supplies that would be helpful in refilling their first aid kits. We didn't doubt that they were the real deal for a second. They did have love coats and everything. Should we help them? Absolutely, even though they're probably like bandits and will just take our water. Well... we asked them for their doctor's licenses, but all of them claimed they left them another pair of trousers. We didn't dare ask if it was just the one pair. We gave them a water bottle and wished them a good journey, and better luck with the trousers. Or its trousers. Dolores has not eaten anything. So that's an interesting image. So starvation, right? Yeah, so we'll give you a little bit of food. Interior crocodile alligator. I remember that song, but I did not remember the full lyrics. Okay, so turn on the radio. We're gonna start playing Radio Gaga by Queen on the radio. Okay, so Fallout's gone. I'm skipping through the dialogue because I've already read most of it. Dehydration. What's that glowing in your pocket, Timmy? Oh no, mutated ants! Their terrifying little mandibles almost gave Dolores a heart attack. She wants them out, but Timmy says it's the beginning of an atomic ant farm. One of them has to have their way, but who? It's Timmy. Oh, and the water's gone. And the food! Timmy was allowed to keep his atomic ant farm, to the detriment of our supply stash. The little mutants scattered, devouring a whole can of soup, and escaped under the cover of night. We're relieved. They could have eaten us instead. Okay. I think the ants can mutate, Mary Jane. I would not know. You get water, too. When the group dressed in lab coats came over a while back asking for water, we had the doubts about their identities, but no more. They came back today and gave us some injections. We don't know what that was, but we already feel so much better. And all of our colors are so bright. Did they give us drugs? But it could be cockroaches, I forgot. Yeah, it's been a while for me playing this game too. Dolores' wounds are patched up. Okay, so good. That did heal her. Starvation, hungry. Yeah, a little bit of food. Yeah, this run's not nearly going as well as the first one. We can keep sitting on our backsides here in the tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own. The escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Yeah, so let's just use a radio again. Oh, I think y'all got drugs, yeah. Okay, government is gonna contact us. Okay, you need food. They're fine. Barking on our doorstep can only mean one thing. Our dog friend is back, not caring for hazards of the wasteland. We rushed to open it, and there he was. Poor thing seems tired and starving. Should we share some more food with him? I would if I could. Sorry, little pupper. Oh, Ted's not tired anymore. We wish we could have fed the poor beast, but we didn't have any food to spare. The dog slowly turned away and went back into the wasteland. Okay, so I only have like one thing of water left, so... Ted will make it. Ooh, Ted go, Ted go, Ted go, Ted go, believe! A hastily written map, perfect. And there was nothing there. Yeah, okay, it's not doing well. I'm pretty sure feeding the dog in the long run is good, though. I'm not able to feed the dog ocean, that's kind of the problem. Okay, well, we're gonna send Ted, because Ted's a strong boy. I physically could not feed it food even if I wanted to. Well, we have no supplies ration. Send Timmy. I'm pretty sure I know what this event is, but we'll see. Oh no. Uh-oh. I'm like half listening to stream, that's okay. Well, Ted's back. Someone tried to break in when we were away, even though the invaders kept banging on the door. With all their force, they did not manage to get in. We need to take additional safety measures next time, since our padlock is too damaged to offer any further protection. So I think Dolores is dead. No, that's just like... maybe that's Timmy with a wig. We decided to finally check what we can find between the rubble in our backyard, our poor, poor lawns and flowers. Once the object of desire of the whole neighborhood, now reduced to nothing more than radioactive ashes, covered by debris. There really isn't much left here. The only tree that's left is completely burnt out, in a hollow area. Oh, but we got an axe and we got food. Instead, the dead husk, some mutated three-tailed squirrels made their home. They're pretty good at collecting stuff. Hope they don't mind us borrowing a few things. Our tool shed is gone, except the door, which stands stubbornly with nothing around it. It served its purpose, though. An axe hanging on the other side was completely covered from the blast. It looks as good as new. Oh, and we got chests. Bored. Just a hunch. The barbecue itself somehow found its way onto a power line in front of our house, and it's unreachable. Our guard table is mostly destroyed under bits and pieces of charred wood. We found a few things that could prove useful. Okay, so because I did not have water, I could not keep Timmy. That makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna try to look to see what's going on with the ventilation fans. Oh dear. The obvious thing to do when a vent is blocked is to check what's blocking it. However, when you shine your flashlight on a hive of mutated insects, things usually go from bad to worse. The angry hive is gone, but the insects did some biting before they fled. Hold on a second. Wyatt, I'll read your messages. Nice, still alive, good stuff. Should I grab another beer? Why has that been like the only question you've been asking me recently? You know what, Wyatt? No. You should not grab another beer. You should grab 2 beers. And he's just like, say less. Some door-to-door sales... door-to-door. Some door-to-door salesman found his way to our shelter. We remember him from before the apocalypse. He came over with a bunch of leaflets and tried to convince us to join something called Astro Citizen, but we refused. Now he just wants supplies and says he will reveal some state secrets to us in return. No. Yo, I can do that. Beer. Peak. Beer. You know what, speaking of like food items, I'm gonna get a granola bar real quick. I have a munchie right now. I'm very hungry. The rhyme for a reason, yes. Absolutely. All this talk of food, every single game where it's like about rationing, or like, you need to worry about food consumption, makes me so hungry. I brought like 3 food items with me. As a rule, we don't trust door-to-door salesmen, especially ones who attempt treason. We told him to go back to whatever planet he dropped to Earth from. He got angry and stormed off, mumbling something about how our souls were going to be devoured by alien lord Yontar. Poor guy, he seemed very confused. Also seems to be a Scientologist. So hungry you could eat a whole medium pizza? Yeah. Also, speaking of that video, Ocean, I have recorded that video already. I do have the footage with me right now and I can't edit it, but I've kind of been waiting a little bit. What is status effect bar? You just need to heavily blur your face. That's not true. Well, I have been doing some of the blurring, and oh my goodness, do I go into the... The way that I filmed it made my job slightly easy and slightly difficult. Ted is tired, hurt, fatigued, thirsty, and hungry. Literally me. We might be safe inside these walls, but there are some other problems to consider. None of us can sleep properly. We have to deal with this as soon as possible. Well... Why? Why is it a problem? Because I did hide my face, but then, like, other... I had to crop it a little bit, because, like, other stuff was shown in the background. So I have to change the aspect ratio a little bit. But the good thing is that the camera that I used is high enough that you're not really going to be able to tell. Ah, yes. If it's in a short format, that's fine, let me know. Do you really want me to film it in a short format? I mean, literally that would mean that I could just get the video out pretty much immediately, but... Do you really want to watch, like, an hour of just, like, awkward silence sometimes? Because I talked during most of it, but... I were certainly points in which I was not talking, because, you know, I have to focus on eating the food. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were, and there are other problems we need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. So Timmy's not coming back. Oh, well, it can be sped up, of course. I'm gonna need to speed up vision. Stream man, I'm gonna head out and go to sleep. Have a good rest of your stream. Okay. Are you eating Pringles? How could you tell that? How in the world could you tell that? I am eating Pringles, first of all. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your night, Blue. And in case you're wondering, they are cheddar flavored. Blue is apparently an expert. I know the sound of the can. It speaks to me. One of the cupboards in the shelter was a bit shaky, so we pulled it out to give us a new home. In the process, we discovered a secret door. Where does it lead? Let's go. Well, I now know something new about Blue. Was about to ask the flavor, but anyways, yes, have a good rest. Have a good night. Yeah, good night, Blue. Yes, the cheddar flavor is easy to tell. I think cheddar is like the basic flavor. It's usually the one that I always get. That or like pizza, but pizza just essentially tastes like tomato sauce. It does not even taste like pizza. We inspected every corner of the room and found nothing. Well, that was a waste of time. It really was a waste of time. I got hot Cheetos. Just make this a communal eating stream where we all have chips or something. That's crazy though, LeMayo. The other day we heard a quiet knock on our door, but when he opened we only found a suitcase on the doorstep and there's no one around. It isn't signed, but it sure looks like it's meant for us. Should we check what's inside? No. Or yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. We should. Well, that's the end. It was a bomb. If I had time to guess, I would have said lime Lay's baked. That's a weird flavor to choose. Oh wait, Ted did not die from the suitcase. Ted died of dehydration. Wait, hold on, this is even funnier. So Ted drank water. He had a sip of water and then died of dehydration like minutes afterwards. Wait, I did not know where lime came from. That's a typo. It was an innocent-looking bottle of water, so we took a sip. We thought we got lucky, but it was a lie. Either the water was irradiated or it was some kind of biological weapon. Made us all feel pretty sick. Well, unlucky. I hope Timmy's still out there, living their life, ignoring the fact that their parents died from very stupid means. Also, I just love the fact that Blue just doxed the chips that I was having. That was great. That was amazing. Alright. I kind of want to try survival. That seems interesting. Just making myself lazy. A realism simulator. Yeah, that was crazy. Well, I cannot tell how loud it was on the microphone, because this is the same microphone that I use for just streaming. I get a decent amount of soup. Water's fine, gun and poison and checkers. Timmy is safe, and that's what matters. We barely got here in time. We have no idea what happened to Mary Jane and Dolores. Maybe they're okay. Being safe down here is much better than being pulverized out there, but that doesn't mean we don't want to go outside. Maybe we could take a walk soon. The neighborhood is probably much more peaceful since the bombings. Yeah, sure. A legendary, even. Still, it's better to be safe down here than dead up there. There's nothing going on with Ted. Nothing new anyway. Like the good scout he is, Timmy is making the best out of the situation. He even seems cheerful. What a lad. What's that sound? A galloping horse? Oh, this bit. Yes, this is the Monty Python bit. Yeah, I do not have a map. Maybe they'll stab us or they'll throw the holy hand grenade. We couldn't contain our laughter and our guests took offense. They ran off shouting that our ancestors were rodents and smelled like forest fruits. How rude. They're fine. It's not the best time or place to make plans for the future, but we can't stop thinking about what we can make of this terrible situation. Is our house still standing? Or we have to move to some forsaken hole like Toronto? True, Toronto is a hole. Boys, boys. Just the funny part is the only reason I can have these Pringles right now is because I'm doing an away stream. That's kind of why I'm enjoying them. How long will stream go for? I was planning to do either 2 hours or 2.5 hours. Because tomorrow I'm going to have more time. I'm probably going to stream like 4 or 5 hours tomorrow, but today and yesterday were meant to be short streams. At least in the, like, Lorenz Fair planning stages I was able to do. So we can make it work, even in Toronto. No, never. Weird that's the best way to get to Europe. Oh wait, question is, how do we find a boat to get there? We heard that's the best way to get to Europe. So an hour to half hour? Well, more like an hour, or like, well, no, you're right, Ocean. Half an hour to an hour. I'm sorry for questioning you. Nah, they can go 5 days, according to Ocean. We are not alone. There's a huge hairy bunny beast that seems to be hiding in one of the pipes. It's been poking its head out, eyeing our measly food stash. We can't let it get to it. We can't let it be in the here when we sleep. Well, the gun's gone. Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hairy mutant. Guess we're still on top of the food chain. Good for us. Dang. Or damn. I know, saying a swear word. Our gun blew up when we tried to shoot the thing. We might be safe inside these walls, but there's other problems to consider. None of us can sleep properly. We have to deal with this as soon as possible. Otherwise, we might end up falling asleep in the face of real danger, like saucer men from Mars. They went crazy already? Wow. That's great. Sarbomba difficulty be like. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were before. And there are other problems we will need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. Tired and crazy. Oh no, should I start the routine again? Make Wyatt leave the stream? Crazy! Hopefully Wyatt left at that moment. Did not listen to the rest of what I just said. He's like, no! Not again! Not again! There it goes again! Noises. Weird noises all the time. Are they coming from the pipes? Walls? Is it something behind the door? We don't know, and it's driving us insane. We should sit down and relax, otherwise we might get paranoid. Well, there you go. Are they gonna return to sanity by playing checkers? Probably not. Be like, I'ma eat the checkerboard. Checkers. Having some fun made us forget about, what was it again? Yeah, they're fine. The trash can is becoming full of empty soup cans, and that unmentionable bucket is overflowing. Both of them are attracting strangely glowing, suspicious big insect wildlife. Roaches weren't that big before the war, were they? Poison. Well, does not look like it did much. We dodged a bullet this time. That is, if a bullet was huge, hairy, had 8 legs, and a glowing head. Hopefully, we won't have to deal with them again. So, they're fine. They're fine. They're fine. This is insane. We keep finding spiders everywhere. Another insect problem? Good heavens. Are these people okay? They're in our soup, they're in our water. We swear some of them keep coming back, and they're bigger every time we see them. It can't go on like this. It's time to wage war on these spiders. We decided we could get rid of those spiders with our bare hands, feet, and whatever other body parts we could use for lethal anti-spider attacks. Unfortunately, we've underestimated their chances. They're really fast. All we achieved was getting tired. Maybe we'll have more luck next time. Oh, cat. Dehydration and starvation. Let's go. The contamination of our town is still strong. Shame. Why? We can keep sitting on our bare backs here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from the radioactive wasteland. Okay, honestly, now that I think about it, I probably like the other difficulty more, where you actually select the items, because it makes it more interesting. Because right now, I started with poison and a gun, and now they're just both gone. Plus, I do not have our radio. Alright, water. Knock knock. This sound always surprises and confuses us. It could mean anything, good or bad, but we're always cautious. Should we open the door? Yes, you're crazy anyway. We gotta be lore accurate. Opening that hatch was a bit risky. It seems it gives us some awful sickness. The coughing is driving us crazy. So did the sickness knock on the door? Okay. I want cake. Send the child. What we make of today will be our tomorrow, so let's make it right. Yep, phone call. Send Timmy. When we answer the phone, we can clearly hear a gasp of relief. Yeah, that's the same phone call every single time. We closed off in a tiny shelter and our supplies are very limited. If we want to survive, it's time for desperate measures. We know there's a group of elderly people hiding in the ruins of the local retirement home. They must have supplies, and in our opinion, we need them more. The well-being of your family is the most important thing in the world, right? Yes, absolutely. Rob them, elderly people. Show your evil self. Well, I'm crazy. Okay, I got a med kit. Ted looks very weak. Also, achievement! I got an achievement! Woo! Ted looks very weak. If he doesn't eat today, it might end really badly. Ted's mental health worries us all, but we don't know how to help them. Help him. Yeah. So, may as well. We're not doing too well. Okay, so this is about the distant relatives and the photo. Okay, Timmy's no longer sick. I do not have a radio, so we're just chilling. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. I'm not able to contact the government. If there's one thing we need to do, it's use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitting in our area. It's either that or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. They're both crazy. What is it gonna matter? Also, he's deranged. He's not getting any better. For an isolated fallout shelter, we sure have lots of disturbances. Something has been making a lot of noise since dawn, and we couldn't sleep. It seems like it's coming from under the floor, and coincidentally, we just found a manhole that we could use to go down and check what's going on. Apparently the shelter has manholes and it has secret doors. Just everywhere. Going to a tight, dark tunnel is not a good idea, especially with those weird noises coming from it. They're giving us the creeps, even up here. Ted has always had a harder goal. That's why we weren't really shocked to find him feeding our supplies to some disgusting fat cockroach. Both Ted and the bug seemed really happy, so we didn't manage to stay mad for long. Although when Ted started sharing jokes and life stories with the cockroach, we became a bit suspicious. You see, what's happening is Ted is trying to make a rapport with the with the cockroach, trying to make his situation better. He's trying to find another family. Every new smell attacks our noses in this little shelter instantly. There isn't much we can miss. So when a single brick fell out from the wall, revealing a tight opening. Okay, so yes, this. Yes, 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 yes. Put your hand in there. We looked into the hole, fearing something might come at us with claws, fangs, or other mutated sharp body parts, but nothing happened. Instead, we found a dead rat who was trying to break into a can of tomato soup. He failed miserably. We have a feeling we'd be luckier than him, so we confiscated it. We gave the rat a proper burial in an empty can. He deserved that much. Oh, that's nice of them. Timmy has been talking about going out to the surface to explore, run, dance, and play with whatever burnt remains can be found. We would gladly jump at a chance to get him some fresh air, though we are worried the exposure to radioactivity out there will effectively ruin his fun by turning him into a terrifying mutant. Should we let Timmy out? Yes. If Timmy's a mutant, it's fine. When we consented, Timmy almost hit his head on the ceiling. We figured that if he doesn't encounter any savages, mutated beasts, or killer mimes, he should be fine and be back soon enough. We felt that we should do something about our interior decoration. The feng shui is really off in our fallout shelter. While we were moving things around, we found a secret door. What's behind it? Oh, I'm not able to look. Timmy? Timmy! No, Timmy's not a mutant. How sad. Some things are better left untouched and unknown. Whatever is behind that door will have to stay there. We also stacked some furniture against it, just to be sure nothing or no one comes through them. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. The other day, we heard a quiet knock on our door, but when we opened, we only found a suitcase on the doorstep, and there's no one around. It is inside, but sure looks like it's meant for us. Should we check what's inside? Yes. Receive a gift. I mean, Timmy's back, but Ted's not doing better. We gladly accepted this sudden gift, and despite our suspicion, it turned out it was just the regular tomato soup that we all know and love. Thank you, kind stranger. Well, water would have been better, but here you go, Ted. Have some food. Oh no, Timmy, you're crazy again? Oh, it's because Ted was crazy. Okay, that makes sense. Well, that's a good point. During breakfast, we realized that some of our rations were missing. Our first instinct was to blame the communists, but we soon realized the real culprit was in fact Timmy. Apparently he's been completely paranoid. He keeps muttering about how we're starving him on purpose, and he's giving us really hostile looks. Well, take a hand, Ted. You'll be fine. Okay, more radio stuff. So essentially, we're in the death spiral here now. Unless Ted somehow comes back. And there's one thing we need to do. It's use it radio on a regular basis. Well, not able to do that though. Are you starving? Yes, you are. Well, you can have a little bit of food. A group of people dressed in green pajamas knocking on our hatch is not something that we anticipated. Yet this is exactly what happened. Okay, please, merry men, be nice. They were not nice, it seems. Yep, they took over the shelter. Okay. Oh, this happened again, and they gave us the radio. So Timmy left and went out. So what happened to Ted? So Ted was driven out. Okay. Well, I mean, Ted is a crazy man. Oh, reasonable. Completely reasonable to do that. Yeah, that was not a good... That could have went a lot better. Dun 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 dun. What is this? Hold on, I want to test this. I'll probably leave it. Is it literally just bringing stuff to the shelter? Because this might be good practice for me. It's good to try out these different game modes. Tuba! Scout handbook, not bad. Timmy! Playing cards, not bad. Soup! Wife. No room. Okay. Okay, the rifle's right there. Okay, I'm gonna try for the water. Let's go. Made it. Okay, that's not bad. I kind of like that. So I imagine it is possible, and people have probably done it before numerous times, where you can get every item in the game into the shelter. Ooh, hello. Ooh, spooky costume. Let's do that. Okay, so all the family members, a fire axe. Hopefully it lists them. So soup is probably another priority. Go in there. Wife? Let's see what else I'm doing. So another soup can. Do not need the scout handbook, need Timmy. Fire axe. Poison. Okay, let's go. Okay, I see the gas mask. Okay, I see the map. Map. Oh, I think I got everything. Let's go. Let's go, first try. Woo! Nice. That was simple. That's not bad. I did that too with just staring at the suitcase the entire time. So does it show if you've completed it? It probably should, right? Yes, it does. Okay, I like this one. This one's funny. How many guns are in this house? Good heavens. Like I said, it looks like the main problem is going to be bullets. Because I have no idea where any of these bullets are. Bullets. There's more. Oh, I see. Okay, I got this. Yep, and that's all of them. And we good. Boom, that hat is done as well. Da, 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 da. Okay, that's interesting. The McDoodles set out for a family expedition, but make the classic mistake of forgetting their son, little Timmy. Axe disabled, no expedition, Timmy only. The last of the chip has been consumed. Let's go. Alright, Timmy, we got this. There are no expeditions, so this will be interesting. What we make of today will be our tomorrow, so let's make it right. Like the good scout he is, Timmy is making the best of the situation. A polite knock on the door turned into a loud banging. Oh no, it's a bandit crew and they're trying to break down the door. Good thing we have the rifle. We're gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your mutated, yellow, no good keisters off our lawn before you pump your your guts full of lead. 1, 2, 10. That's a Home Alone reference. It'd be funny, XD shot the family. Oopsie. Oh, is this actually just gonna be Home Alone? We were able to hit one of them with a lucky ricochet, and that scared them off. As he was running away holding his buttocks, he cried over his shoulder, "We'll be back, and we're gonna get you, you little jerk!" One of them even lost his shoes. Yikes, that escalated quickly. And the damn rifle is jammed. Perhaps we need a plan. Wait, the most curious visitors stay. One of them is making a sound of galloping horse. Yeah, I know who they are. We couldn't contain our laughter. Okay, so play the checkers. Alright, now I give him water. Wobder. The bandits will surely be back soon. One of their biggest advantages is that they have numbers and they know it. What if we made them think that we've brought reinforcements? We built a scarecrow outside using empty soup cans. Then we turned on what used to be a radio theater channel and put the volume on max. Luckily, something was still playing there, probably an old recording set on loop. The combination of a loud radio broadcast and a few cans dangling in the wind turned out to be terrifying. As soon as they approached, the bandits turned back, screaming about monsters from Mars invading the Earth from heat rays? Really? As if the nuclear warrior wasn't enough. Timmy is no longer thirsty. Timmy should eat something, but Timmy can wait a few days. There's a package outside, wrapped in so much crumpled newspaper, it's basically a shapeless blob. But as a note attached, it reads, "You're the man of the shelter boy. Don't let us down, Dad." No. It's obviously a trap. It's a trap. We're certain this is some bandit ruse, so the package was left untouched outside. A best case scenario, it would contain a mutated tarantula. Last thing we expected here while sitting outside was sitting in a fallout shelter was a trumpet. It was played by someone who was clearly not a trumpet player, and who has probably never heard a trumpet player in his entire life. He came with a friend who knocked on the door and demanded that we let the merry men enter so they could take from the rich and give to the poor. Sure. May as well ball, I'm only on day 9. Oh, did they give us the medkit? They did! Thank you. Surviving down here is no walk in the park. It won't get easier. We're hopeful this will blow over and life will get back to what it used to be, or else we might face dangers we've never dreamt of. Alright, so I gotta give water to Timmy today. It's easy to feel a bit down when living underground like this. No sunshine, no sky. We need to get rid of that pessimism and try to bring some cheerful into our lives. Water. Last time the bandits threatened to light up this dump with torches to finish the job. Since we don't have our torches to fight fire, is there anything else we could use against them? Poison. Mission Blowtorch was a success. Once we heard the door open, we unloaded the whole can at the nearest torch, causing quite a fiery explosion. The bandits did not enjoy our explosive welcome and scattered, shouting something about flamethrowers. Too bad they would probably be back once they put out their flaming hats. It's actually really adorable, just recreating the movie in 60 seconds. We were about to finish our dinner, if you can call it that, when we heard someone knocking at the door. It seems to be a trader who is very interested in ammunition. How about that? Chess, checkers, checkers board. Oh, just took the checkers board. How sad. We offered checkers instead of ammunition. The visitor was quite confused and tried to explain to us what ammunition is. We pretended to understand nothing. It was very amusing until it left with our checkers board. Jerk. No, do not open the suitcase. Come on. We have no idea who left this, and nowadays you can't trust anybody. We're not risking our lives for some supplies. They could be poison. We threw the gift away and quickly forgot about it. So I'm pretty sure Timmy will be fine. We found a box outside, wrapped in what seems like 6 different types of wrapping paper. The note says, "Mom is making me write this. I hate you. Try not to die," or whatever. Mary Jane. It could be a bomb or something, or even worse. Should we open it to find out? Sure. Seems very trustworthy. Oh, it's the checkers board. It was a real gift. Nothing talks as reactive or explosive. What a pleasant surprise. Okay, so I think I'm about at the time. We'll try one more day. We have a working radio. Why not use it? Maybe we'll be able to catch a broadcast or two. So this is a water and a food day. Once had we waded through all the static, we found a transmission that was hosted by some nut talking about conspiracies and saucer men from Mars abducting people. It's pretty amusing. Alright, made it halfway. It's freezing cold outside. The bandits probably expect us to huddle in the corner with a blanket, so it's a perfect time to stand up and fight. We need to set an effective trap. Is there any way we can use the nuclear winter to our advantage? The water is so valuable, though. We're going to try not to do it. We spent so long considering all the possibilities, we ended up doing nothing at all before the bandits showed up again, and show up they did. Fortunately, it sounded like these thugs lost their flashlight and couldn't find the bunker door in the dark of night. They circled the perimeter for some time, shouting about being scammed by kindergartners, before remembering that one of them is scared of the dark and giving up. Next time, we might not be so lucky. Today, we met a bunch... I'm not reading properly. Today, we've met a bunch of people dressed in what looked like Halloween doctor outfits. They claim to be field hospital, moving from place to place and attempting to help those hurt by the hazards of the wasteland. Their problem is, some of their supplies got eaten by something that looked like a Sasquatch. They're asking if we have any spare hydrogen peroxide. We do not. What is this scam? They're not even real doctors. No way we're giving those crooks anything. A traveling salesman paid us a visit today. He introduced himself as Willie. Apparently business can do well even after the end of the world. I think this is probably the best bet. Yeah. Good trade. So that way I have the water as a tool to use against the bandits if need be. We made a deal with the salesman and helped him pack. He strolled away into the wasteland like he knew exactly where he was going next. Open in the name of freedom, came a shout from outside the door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open? No. Rat, 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 in the middle of our rat. We stayed silent until the group on the other side of the door went away. They didn't show up afterwards, so we figured it was the wise thing to do. Let's just hope they don't come back in greater numbers. Timmy's diet needs food. It's today or never. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. Okay, so insects, unfortunately, I do not have poison, so we just have to deal with it. Oh, hello, roach. Oh my, that thing is huge, and there goes another one. It rushes everywhere. We're doomed. We already feel dirty. Alright, this is a water day, and we're going to try to wait one more day. Actually, I'm going to eat now, because the food may go away. Something needs to be done about the bandits' return. We know for a fact at least one of them is barefoot. Should have kept the checkers board. Oh, that's the end. They got in. Okay. Alright, I will do that one more time. I can actually probably speed run that very quickly if it's the same exact thing every single time. Ba 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 da 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 da. Money. Money. Alright. Oh no, you have to... There's no button to just click through. Alright, so I'm gonna keep the poison as long as I can. Let's see, can I keep the gun? Oh, nope. Apparently not. You cannot keep the gun. Marv, no! I just exit the menu. Does not matter. It could be an RNG thing, but it kind of seems like there's some RNG to it, but the main events, there's like one solution. Nice, hold on. Did I get a message on Discord? Alright, Timmy. We got this. The only thing I have to worry about is day 5. Wait. Yeah, okay, so that's also a good test. So yeah, I am right. At least I think. If it is a 50-50... So the thing about 50-50s is that if you test them long enough, the Over the course of the trials, you'll return to the status quo of it being 50%. It is a 25% chance that if that is in fact a 50-50, that I got that. So it's not super likely. Survival. This is the run. I can feel it. Alright, Timmy. Oh, wait, so it does change. Hold on. So the items that you have there change. Got it. Oh, and I have a suitcase now. Okay, uses the gun. The gun gets destroyed. Yes, the gun gets destroyed, like, every time. Okay, I do not have a med kit, so Timmy is probably going to suffer from being tired, or just go crazy. That works too. I'll play the harmonica, Timmy. Timmy'll be fine. Okay, hold on. I gotta put on Do Not Disturb, because I'm pretty sure you're hearing the Discord notification sound effects, right? Probably. The Steam Deck has all the audio going just directly to the stream. It's perfectly fine. There's no problem with that. I mean, I could have used the water, but I think it's just better to save it for a bit. Yo. Hi, Retake. Are you Note Signal, or are you somebody new? I have to ask that sometimes, because Note Signal changes their name so often. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yes. Poison that. Timmy not doing good. Yeah, so they're not starving yet. Whoever designed this fallout shelter was a genius, but we can't tell if the green stuff dripping from the pipe is an included feature. We should probably try doing something about it with whatever we brought down here. The suitcase. I agree. Hi, Super. Also, hello. Hello, Super. I'm Note Signal, and yes, I'm making my name different again. It's gonna be Epic Bloxy, so you don't have to ask that again. I like how whenever you show up to the stream with a different name, I immediately know who you are, which is just great. Complete guesses. Suitcase is ruined. Shame. Are you starving? No. Could be a bomb. We open. We ball. How you do? I do good. Me do good. Me do well. Oh, it's another suitcase? I do good too. That good here. Good no. Timmy should eat something. Timmy's suffering from dehydration. Timmy can wait another day. Where is everyone? Well, it's pretty late. I usually do not stream at this hour for most, because it's like sleepy time for them. Okay, so water, and then food. How much have you learned in 60 seconds? Not much. No, I mean in the game. This is a challenge run. Flashlight. No! Is it because I led them to the shelter because they had no idea where to go? Yeah. Unlucky. Timothy only, but then how do you win? So it's a challenge. It's based on Home Alone. Unlucky. Yeah. They're just challenge runs like based on different references and things. So all you have to do is survive 30 days, and it seems like some of the things are very set. So like, let's go over here. Like, protect the shelter for 30 days. And you also spawn with, I think the only things that are randomized are the things that are on the table. Because the only thing I had that time was a harmonica, which did pretty much nothing. Ooh, this is a much more interesting spawn. No expeditions? Yeah, that does suck, but oh well. I have to shoot a gun. How do you survive 30 days with 1 can of soup? Children can go long periods of time without food, apparently. That's what the game's teaching me. Well, the ammunition's gone and we have no flashlight, so whoopsie. I was just about to mention how it was nice having the ammunition there. Timmy will be fine not having water. We are going to keep the poison for a little bit. It got. So, water. Okay, so we have the checkers. So the checkers will protect me there. I like food and stuff. Me too. I think that's where me and the small children differ. I like eating food and food product. The checker pieces were set in place, as predicted. At least one of the invaders was barefoot, and soon terrible screams could be heard outside. Seems like good old American checkers are much worse than the new Danish invention, Legos. The pain. We'll be back. We know that you're in there, and we're all alone, they shouted before leaving. Okay, so do not have the scout book. The cockroaches are just there. Add lurk, or something funny. What is doing at or exclamation point lurk even do? No, we're not going to use the poison. Does it just like say how many people are lurking, or? It depends what you set it to? Okay. This might end their run, by the way. No, it did not. Okay, maybe it is actually a gift. Oh, okay, so it was. Let's go. Timmy can go one more day without food. Actually, we're gonna eat the food just to be safe in case the cockroaches decide to do something. I saw a streamer that made it say username is doing something quietly to the stream. Oh. Oh, hey, by the way, you started streaming 2 hours ago. Yes, I did. That is true. Are you saying it was 2 hours too long? Odd people sometimes. Uh-oh, the cockroaches might be getting to Timmy. Okay, so Timmy needs a med kit. ¿Quieres? The only thing I have is a gas mask, so it might be over. No, it's fine. We're good. Who is this dog I want? I want the dog that says ¿Quieres? Okay. I really need a trade or something. Yeah, I'll give Timmy a little bit more food. Sure, open it. Open it. Open the box. Open the box. Oh, the scout. Okay, that's not bad. So we're gonna wait 2 more days for water. Cockroaches, can you stop? What? Some friendly soul on the radio was talking about a supply pack she'd lost during a trip through our town. We immediately realized she must have driven through a street. We rushed out and got to the package before anyone else. I guess we're just taking it and not worrying about it, right? I mean, I have so much water and stuff now, so you know what, Timmy? Have a break. So we're gonna use the scout book to see if we can do anything about that. -1. What is that? Chat, type 1 if the streamer will die this run. Chat. We have defeated the insidious roaches and driven them away. Their nests are ours. This should teach them a lesson. Timmy's just a little hungry. That's good. Okay, so that's why I was keeping the poison, specifically for this moment. Alright, halfway there. Gas mask. Oh. Got it. So blowtorch was a success. The only thing I have is a harmonica, essentially. If there's one way to get our attention, it's definitely banging on our shelter door. No, we're not opening. This is going to be the one time we're going to say no. I know there's 4 people watching right now and you can't hide. Well, they're just lurking. Leave them be. If they just want to watch, let them watch. That's alright. The banging stopped after a while, and whoever was behind the door left. So Timmy is fine. Timmy can wait 1 more day. I do not need any of those things, luckily. Look at Timmy go. Yes, play the harmonica. Alright, 66% of the way there. Oh no, and the roaches are back. Okay, so we're gonna use 2 water, because we already have so much extra water. We're gonna prank them. Prank them, John. You already know it. We pulled one of the most obvious pranks of all time by spilling water on the pathway outside and letting it freeze overnight. Oh, how we laughed when the bandits were busy making clumsy pirouettes and cursing helplessly. We laughed a bit too loud. They took offense and pledged it in so many derogatory words, some of which they clearly invented to return with vengeance. Oops. I'd say at day like 24, if you can send Timmy out, you look like you're running out of food. No, I'm not running out of food. Oh, I'm fine on food, trust me. Because you can feed one person 25% of the food. The bandits will remember that. Yes, this is a Telltale game. The funky roaches haven't really left us. To be fair, they aren't really causing that much trouble. They even seem relatively friendly and curious. Just this morning when we opened our eyes, we saw them standing in a perfect line right in front of us, so as if they're waiting for something. Harmonica. Did they give me a soup can? What? If you can't beat them, join them. We figured the roaches are caving more of our music, so we fulfilled their unspoken request. They started joyfully prancing around again, creating fun shapes on the floor. Then all of a sudden, they all left in one line. We thought the show was over, but they soon came back in a group carrying supplies on their strong mutated backs. Insane. Looks like we made some friends. Disgusting mutated radioactive friends. Okay, Timmy is starving. Do not accept the gift. It's a trap. Also, I cannot send Timmy on expeditions. That's deactivated for this challenge. One FNAF VR stream. If I was to play Help Wanted, I'd play it in the non-VR version. Probably. Okay, I cannot do anything with the salesman. Alright, day 24, the mythical day that you were talking about, Net Signal. Let us see. Okay, dehydration, so just water. I mean, how much water do I have? I have so much, so why not just give them the water and see what they do? Day 25. Oh, they took 2 waters. Okay. We asked them for their doctor's license, but all of them claimed they left in another pair of trousers. Yeah, I've seen that dialogue before. Starvation. Give a little food. Okay, so we used a radio. Okay, hopefully there's only like one more event, because I'm really close to the end. Yep, Scarecrow, Heat Rays, yeah, read that before. We were discussing plans for our first meal that didn't feature tomato soup when we heard yells outside. We discovered that came from a small group of ragged survivors. They were a sorry sight, and we weren't surprised when they requested aid. They asked to provide anything we could. There you go. When the dog comes back, he will try to give the cat to you in a fluffy bag. I thought that was the, like, merchant guy who does that. Our visitors had problems finding enough words to express their gratitude. Many tears were shed, smiles and hugs exchanged, and they wished us all the best. It's a great feeling to be helping someone out. They left soon after to seek shelter in the ruins of our town. We hope they make it out there. I kinda need to keep that book. As long as I can. Slash, I think the doctor's maybe not. Maybe it's not a doctor. Probably. Refuse to trade. Being safe down here is much better than being pulverized out there, but that doesn't mean we don't want to go outside. Maybe we could just take a walk. The neighborhood is probably much more peaceful since the bombings. Day 29. Hopefully the time to leave will come soon. Alright, I kinda do not want him to die, so I'm just gonna give them that. The relentless thugs are approaching again, and we didn't prepare anything. Maybe they'll show us mercy? No, not after the hell they went through. They mean business. Let's just hope they slip on the ladder. But there's nothing I can do. Let's go! I completed the event. There's a cat. There's a Kochka. Cat. Timmy's not looking too good, though. See, I have not been on the game for a while because I can't. Oh, that's a shame. Oh well, there's other things you can do. Dolores, Ted, Mary Jane, Pancake, and Chekarov finally returned and jumped the thugs from behind. Biting, kicking, hissing, barking, throwing punches, and wrapped Christmas gifts. The bandits barely escaped with their lives. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Now let's unwrap the presents. Oh, it's soup. And more soup. They're all soup. Merry soup. Yippee! That was the run. Yeah, literally the only reason you do that is to unlock cosmetics. That's a bit odd. How do you select cosmetics? I mean, what would it do? Okay, so it shows it like being complete. That's nice. Da, 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 da. Oof, that's rough. 99 days? Okay, huh. What do after this? What I do after 60 seconds? I'm probably gonna end stream within like the next 20 or so minutes. I was planning on only streaming for like 2.5 hours today. The next stream that I do will be longer though. It's just that it's always odd. I'm gonna do a normal run for my last run. We'll see. Alrighty-o. Yeah. I do like streaming during this time. It is a lot of fun, and I get to see a lot of people that I typically do not see often. What is the spawn for food? The suitcase and such would be really nice. Oh wait, wifey, why do you take 2 slots? Oh wait, stream 20 will be great. Will be literally the best. Radio. I'm kind of wasting time here. Come here, child. Get in! No! Dead! Now I'm gonna buy peak and be at the peak. Let's go. Go peaking. Be the peakest of peak. I thought maybe I could get the lock and come back, but no. Oh wait. That's interesting. Why is it the end? Is it because Ted died? Oh, so maybe because the character I was playing did not get in, and that's why you... Okay. Well, that went bad. Well, as I said, I was only going to do one more expedition. No, I'm not doing that. What a way to end the stream. Just instant death. Best run ever? Yes, literally the best. I stumbled and like went over the wrong area multiple times. Gosh, playing the other difficulties is gonna be like such a breath of fresh air because I'll actually have time to like look around. Wife. Wife gone. Regret. Fire axe. Soup. Soup. The map would be really nice. We'll take water, I guess. Medkit? No, not enough space. Take the water! The fool! Alright, does the medkit take up 2 slots? Hopefully it takes 2. Yes, it takes 2. Come on, Timmy. I did not have enough time. Alright, not great, but we'll find a way. I'm just not going to read that part. I'm just going to say, was when I got this guy to see all the years I picked. True, you're right. Okay, a ton of soup and not a lot of water. Typically, you would kind of want the reverse order of this, but that's okay. What we would give to be able to enjoy the sunshine again. We can't say there's a lot of light underground. We don't expect to get any brighter down here. I'm going to do a funny build. Not a lot of water. Yep. Typically, you want a lot of water, because water is more impactful, at least from my experience, but unlucky. Should I just do like a meme run? Should I just like say yes to everything? I'm gonna say yes to everything. It's not gonna be a problem. As long as we're safe, we can stay down here. Nah, not gonna scavenge yet. Okay, so no picture, no morale increase. Damn it. So we're left with no photos, no news, and no happy thoughts. The world is too cruel. You know what I said? We say yes. We say yes to absolutely everyone. Even if they're clearly scam artists. Yeah, I'm only going to be able to water them one time. Alright, this is when I have to water them. I typically do it in 5-day increments. Maybe moving away won't be too bad. They could probably make new friends, meet new people, provided anyone is still alive, that is. Oh wait, no. No, just water. Greedy. No, we're not going to play cards, because we didn't have any cards anyway. Gambling is a terrible habit. What kind of example is that to set the kids? We need supplies, but we're not getting them like that. We'd sooner rob someone. We sent that man away. Good riddance. Someone is very serious about banging on the hatch. We are scared to open it, but it might be some good news, right? We would gladly welcome any friendly face, even if it was our neighbor, Ned. We're pretty sure that if there was any reason why our small town got bombed, he would be the reason. Shall we open? Yes, because we love Ned. Not seeing any water? Hello. And I have a light. A group of travelers wearing gas masks and carrying some serious looking equipment give us purified water. Before we could thank them, they turned away and left. Opening the hatch was a bit risky. It seemed it gave us some awful sickness. That coughing was driving us crazy. Okay, we're gonna give that to Mary Jane to try and help her. And then we will do food in like 8 or 9 day increments. A few more hours of coughing and we'll get used to it. Our ventilation fans have halted, and no fresh air seems to be circulating through the shelter. Take a flashlight. Good job, Mary Jane. You're doing great. Ouch. I'm taking that eye contact. Go right ahead. Let's send an expedition. As we were considering alternatives to the canned soup diet, a sudden knock at the door broke our line of thought. It turned out to be a visitor by a band of survivors who were in pretty bad shape. All they wanted was to get something to drink, a bite to eat, or at least some clean bandages. So can you give them all of it? So we'll just give them bandages. We'll give them... not bandages, food. Well, they gave us a map. Okay, that was worth it. We've never seen anyone so touched by a simple gift. A minute later, those poor people were hugging us like there was no tomorrow. Quite possibly, actually. And thanking us for the gesture. They were eager to repay us, and one of their group offered us a map of the local area. They claimed it helped them get here, so it brought luck upon whoever used it. We promised we would give it a try and wish them a safe journey. Okay, we're gonna do food time, and then we're gonna do water next. So we're gonna send Ted. We're gonna go with a map, axe. That's pretty much it. Guess what day it is? It's water day! Water. Our supplies are scarce and our morale is low. You can almost smell the desperation in the shelter. We're pretty sure there's a small group of survivors nearby, mostly old folks from retirement. It should be hard to borrow some of the supplies. They're old anyway. They need some more, right? Why is it every time I do the yes options, I become a horrible person? Yeah, let's rob the old people. Oh, that did not... Oh, we got a medkit. We went and got what we needed and came back. We're sure that group will do just fine. Most probably. Yeah, absolutely. No radio. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. Dolores would really love something to eat. Okay, we're gonna... I'll make an exception for was it Dolores who said that they were starving? Okay, so we'll give food to Mary Jane. You know what, we'll give some to Timmy too. We'll be a little nice. So, no radio. I gotta find someone to play Peak with. The new Peak update looks insane. Are you talking about the Mesa and all that? Yeah, it was really fun. In fact, the Mesa update is where I finally beat Ascent 7, which is the hardest difficulty in the game. That felt good. It was a good time. Yeah, so no radio. Yeah, we're not able to give them any entertainment. They'll probably go crazy. That's not a problem. Okay, so you got cards. The map is broken. Unlucky. You got a lot of soup, though. And no fire axe. We don't need no education. It's a new world, and schooling won't make any difference. It's all about who owns the most cans now. 1 can, 2 cans, 5 cans. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. When scavenging for supplies, I want you to check every possible corner, even if it doesn't seem promising. So, bank. Got food from the vault. Oh, and water. So this is how they guarded the place. Unacceptable. In the guard room, we found skeletons of 2 individuals who seemed to be playing cards when the bombs hit. Good thing we kept all our money in a really safe place, that is our special cookie jar in the kitchen. Those guards didn't provide much security here, but their cards will contribute to a highly quality shelter entertainment. Suitcase is gone, map is gone, and the axe is gone. Okay, you need food. You're hungry and tired. During our latest expedition, we ran into a spilly man in torn-up clothes. We recognized him as an old bum named Jim, who used to roam the streets of our town before the bomb fell. Now he roams a wasteland, and it looks like he followed us home. Now he's banging on our door, asking if we wanted to buy a rock. Well, do we? Yes. Old Man Jim was always lovely and friendly to everyone, so of course we opened the door and fulfilled his request. He winked at us and told us the first rock is for free, which we were happy to hear. A nice rock is a good thing to have, but we don't think we'll be able to trade any of our supplies for it, even if it brings us the luck he claimed. Okay, so water day. When are you doing a stream with Queso? I heard the new leak of you doing a stream with Queso. Oh yeah, definitely. No. I'm not doing a stream with Queso anytime soon. Alright, we're sending Dolores, and Dolores is going with nothing. Good luck, Dolores. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. So, are you starving? Yes, you are starving. Anyone else starving? Yes, so we'll give you some food. Open in the name of freedom, came a shout from outside the door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open? Yes. Oh, they give us a gun? Okay. Gotta go fast. I go fast out of the stream to tell Queso to do a stream with you. Okay, bye-bye, Note Signal. Enjoy the rest of your day. Opening the door revealed a group of armed teenagers, possibly high school students. Contrary to what we expected, they were very friendly and requested to know if we'd seen any Reds nearby. We couldn't help them. When they found out we were not armed, they were kind enough to leave us a spare rifle. We asked who they were. All they said was Wolverines. Oh, so this is a reference to Red Dawn. There's a lot of good references in this game. I guess we're giving her food. Hear that? It sounds like a herd of animals are stampeding just above our heads. Across what used to be our beautiful lawn. They're not getting away with that. It might be a perfect opportunity to get some fresh food. We should go hunting. Mary Jane. She'll be fine. Did she actually succeed? Let's go if she did. She did! Let's go, Mary Jane. This is going very well for doing all the yes options. We found the herd and were able to bring down something that looked like a two-headed donkey that was carrying a package of sorts. Before we could get to it, a giant bird of prey swooped down, grabbing the carcass and flew away. All that remained were a few cans of soup that fell out of the donkey's pack. Okay, starvation, anyone? No. There's only so many things you can do in a tiny bunker. So we thought, hey, why not play some games? They're not just for kids, you know. Dolores might be the first one to die. We played I Spy, and it was pretty fun for the first 3 minutes. After that, everyone got bored of the letter W. Starvation, dehydration, and dehydration. Okay, so we have no radio, so it does not matter. Please tell me they're still here. Yes. So radio, yeah, we're gonna... A woman came by with a creature she claims to be a camel, provided that camels have 5 legs. The animal is carrying a pack of goods for trade. No, the medkit's too valuable. I think the checkers board, if I did have one, I would trade it, but no. Okay. We got plenty of food, so I'll give her some food. Ted and Mary Jane have been butting heads recently. Or lately. Today, they got into an argument about movie characters, specifically who would win in an ultimate battle. Maleficent with an axe, or the Wicked Queen with a rifle. It's a tricky one for sure, and the debate is heated. Who will come out on top? No one. Everybody's dead in the bunker afterwards. Is she still bugging them? Let's go. So hungry, hungry, and hungry. Timmy claimed he couldn't sleep last night due to Ted's loud, incessant snoring. Ted angrily retaliated by making quips about the size of Timmy's ears, which enraged Timmy even more. He's desperate for a solution. What can be done about this? Sorry, Timmy. I'm not gonna use the medkit so you can go to sleep. I'm gonna use it if somebody's going to die. Yeah, Timmy's fine. And that's the reason right there. Did she turn into a zombie? Timmy woke up surprisingly well rested today. Turns out all he had to do was roll on Ted on his side, which the snoring ceased. Timmy is feeling noticeably better, and Ted promised to sleep on his side in the future. Dolores came back. So that book, if we get that event again, we can actually get the picture. Exploring the wasteland should begin in our own backyard. Our street was a good choice. Plenty of well-stocked houses, a lot of neighbors we didn't like that could be robbed without hesitation. We decided to give it a shot. Found a refrigerator in the middle of our neighbor's lawn. Or lawn. Yawn. Even with electricity, the light inside was on. It contained quite a few soup cans, and surprisingly, a brown fedora. It wasn't edible. We tried. It appears that Mr. Jenkins from down the road was brewing his own moonshine. We discovered a few bottles with labels that suggested a high % of alcohol, but the stuff tasted like water, so we assumed he failed. Or did he? We found one of our neighbors picking up books. He claimed he was looking for one titled How to Serve a Man. Apparently it's a cookbook. All he found was a scout handbook, which he gave to us. It's not the same, he claimed, for reasons he didn't go into. A band of kids was playing war in nearby ruins. They had plenty of real guns and ammunition. It's very encouraging to see that kids are making the best of this terrible, terrible situation. They even shared some ammunition with us. Okay, so driving. So, Dolores, you deserve it. Ooh, that is worth it. That is a good exchange. Dang good deal. Okay, so we give them food, and then we wait till tomorrow to give them water. Timmy is bored out of his mind, and he won't leave Ted alone. First, he wanted to play tag. Now it's hide and seek, which are both terrible ideas for a small shelter like this. Ted is in a bad mood and just wants to be left alone, but Timmy isn't giving up. How about charades? Yes. Charades is serious business, but we never suspected the game could be this violent. Ted could not guess any of Timmy's comic book characters' names, which just caused Timmy to mime and gesture more and more loudly. His flailing arms knocked a few things off the shelves before he finally gave up. Ted looks like he's 1 foot in the grave. Yeah, so they all need water. Water, water. Water, water. Starvation. Yeah, they're fine. Oh wait, no, you need water, not that. More radio. I may not be able to leave this. I may just be stuck here with no chance of escape because I just do not have a radio or anything. Send Ted with the gas mask. Try and prevent him from getting as sick as possible. You're good, and you're good. Dolores has her way. I do not trust the ants. Okay, good. On the topic of Atomic Ant Farm, Dolores put her foot down several times. She swatted and stomped furiously, with a look of glee on her face, until all the insects were dealt with. Timmy was mortified. Timmy and Mary Jane are in need of some physical exercise. Letting them run outside in the wasteland seems a bit too adventurous, but they could play tag inside the shelter. It's not like we have any expensive vases or antique fishes down here to be broken. Should we let the kids play? Yes. The kids were ecstatic. Watching them play was a real treat. They looked so happy. When Mary Jane pushed Timmy around, he fell face first on an unopened soup can that was hidden in the corner of the shelter behind some empty bottles. What a lucky day for us, and we're sure Timmy's face will be just fine. Okay, so we need to do one more day. Yes, we make the deal so we get the cat. I'm pretty sure this is the cat. Yes. Cat. Hi, cat. So water, water, water. We're not going to blame anyone for stealing the soup. Oh, Ted. Did Ted come back? Okay, the gas mask is fine. Came back with bullets, it just seems like. Whatever happened to our precious soup, we'll let it go. One can one can isn't worth the drama and arguments that would ensue, and we really don't have enough evidence to figure out who did it. Maybe we just made a mistake when counting. We'll never know for sure, but if someone did steal it, they'll be taking their secret to the grave. So I check between the rubble and our own backyard. So, bullets. Yeah, there's not really much. We're just gonna keep sending all the expeditions. Just every single one of them. Oh, and Ted is sick. Yeah, so Ted has an allergy. But. Oh, none of them can go outside. Well, never mind then. They're all too tired. Alright, we're gonna wait a little bit for the water. May not help Dolores whatsoever. Kitty. Chekhov proved today that cats can be man's best friend after all. When Dolores was staring at the wall absent-mindedly, the cat tried to cheer her up by taking a nap in her lap. Dolores complained that Chekhov left its hair everywhere, but there's no denying that she seems happier than before. Everybody's in horrible shape. Are they pretty much all dehydrated? Yes, but I do not think I have enough water for all of them, right? Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. While trying to pet the little devil, we found a piece of paper on its collar with an address scribbled on it. Could its previous owner still be around and worried sick? Chances are slim, but maybe we should pay them a visit, or at least whatever's left on them. I'm back. Welcome back, Ocean. Oh, Ted. Ted's gone. Before we reached the end of our street, we were stopped by two men wearing dark coats and stylish hats. They rushed towards the cat to pick him up, saying they've been looking for him for a while now. Supposedly, Shakarov belonged to an old lady who's rather fond of it and misses the little guy dearly. We shrugged and went back to our shelter. The cat didn't seem to care, so why should we? Good thing we didn't get too attached to it for the last few days. What did Ted died of? Okay, so Ted died of dehydration. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, Ted. I do not have any water for you. Oh, they're all too tired, so it would not matter anyway. We'll get rid of the flashlight first. So, are they dehydrated at all? No, none of them are starving either. So the radio's still not able to do that. Wow, the run does not go very well if you do not start with a radio. Or if you do not get one early. I still have so much soup though. A coded note was left on our doorstep. It's all symbols and numbers, some sort of cipher that will need to be cracked before we can read the letter. Dolores seems eager for this challenge. However, it's hard to tell how long this could take her, and it could prove to be a waste of her time. Should she keep herself busy with it? Yes. Kochka? The cat has returned! Okay. Dolores instantly sat down with the code and started working on it with purpose. With a purpose. She looks very focused. Let's hope the note is worth staying up all night. Dolores looks very tired already. To our surprise, we found Shakarov back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. Is it our good care it appreciates, our kind hearts, optimism, or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. All of them are just sleepy. Every single one of them is just tired. Timmy can go. Okay, good. Looks like that rock we got from the old man a while ago really does bring luck. Jim visited us again today, but instead of rocks, he was carrying a big bottle of clean, fresh water. We don't know where he got it, but we were pleased when he shared some with us. It should keep us all hydrated and moist for a while. Also, happy birthday, Streamman. Thank you, Ocean. Very, very close. Food. Nope. Go on, Timmy. Okay, so we're technically at a water day. Also, how was the pizza? I'm not gonna spoil anything for the video just yet, but the pizza tastes fine. I said my full review of it in the video. During the night, we heard some suspicious sounds coming from behind our door. When we peeked out in the morning, we saw a leather suitcase that has no address or name on it. Or we're pretty sure it's meant for us. Should we open it? Yes. Oh dear. Okay. I didn't expect the pizza video to have dialogue, LeMayo. Well, I wanted to make it a little bit interesting, so I talked about certain things during it. I mean, I could film another in which is just me eating it and actually trying to eat it as fast as possible, but I'm not sure I should do that. It seems like a bad idea. A young singer approached our shelter this morning, encumbered by 2 different guitars, a big backpack, and a weird contraption holding up a harmonica in front of his face. He asked for some supplies in exchange for a folk song or two. Sure. No, no, no. Oh, nice. Radio. Let's go. His songs brought tears to our eyes. With good talented Americans like that, hopefully the times are changing for the better soon. The sound of his guitar kept blowing in the wind towards us as he was walking away. Our love for his music moved him so much. He even gifted us a working radio. So, starvation, and that's pretty much it. Curiosity almost killed the cat. Shakarov found a tiny wire sticking out from the ceiling and pulled it out. Plaster and debris fell on our table. Topped off with a big, meowing furball. What is this thing anyway? Nobody remembers it being there before. The cat might get angry if we take away the wire, so maybe it's best to leave it there. Or should we examine the wire? I just thought it was going to be a sped up video of you eating a whole pizza. Thank you so much, Sherman. We grabbed the cable and followed it to a rusty old truck parked in our neighbor's driveway. Upon opening the door, we were confronted with 2 men wearing huge headphones who looked extremely surprised to see us. They wiretapped our shelter when we were asleep and they were listening to everything we said. We gave them hell and marched back to our bunker. Yeah, there's not any drugs that I can give her. What do you mean? Okay, so now we can finally use the radio. Timmy! Timmy! Okay, I have playing cards, right? Okay, so we got food. Alright, we're doing the good stuff. Dehydration. We're gonna do it a little bit early. Okay. Food for all. Sure. You know what? Mary Jane should go for a coffee run. Why is it every time that there's a coffee run, it never succeeds? Why? Oh, but it might end up really bad for... By the way, does this technically reach the video goal you had for this month? Well, yes. So, I originally was planning 3, but I essentially only have to plan 2 now. I still have to edit the other video, but it makes it a little bit easier. Dehydration. I have no water for you, Timmy. The agents who are spying on us are now at the door and want to explain themselves. Should we hear them out? Sure. They were agents, real-life secret agents on a government mission. We saw their identity cards briefly. They weren't listening in on us. It was the cat they were interested in. They made a request, too, wanting us to aid them with some of their top secret missions in the future. If we do that, they promise they will extract us to a government safe house full of supplies and donuts. Hopefully they will come back soon with more information. Okay, we need water. Oh wow, day 49, yeah. You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet, since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet, here we have someone at the door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. A water chip? What in the world is that? That is a Fallout reference now. Actually, well, it's still day 48. I think Timmy may have left. We were sorry to explain that we didn't know what a water chip was, and we didn't have one. He thanked us in a few short words and left. So I think they might just all die here. If Shepard considers our shelter its home now, we may as well try to get along. We could try to carry it around and pet it on the head. All cats like a good pet, and Chekhov should hopefully be no exception. Otherwise, any attempt to touch the cat could lead to our untimely deaths. Should we try to play with him? Sure. We gotta say yes to everything. Well, I have to survive like 10 more days. Well, but the problem is that I have no water. It actually rubs its head before it ran away in panic. It was nice and soft. They say petting a fluffy animal is good for you, and sure enough, we feel slightly better. This wasn't our best idea, but at least it didn't end in a complete disaster. While chasing the cat around the shelter, we found a forgotten soup can stuck behind this shelf. Score! Well, this will not survive without water much longer. I have no water. We are not alone. There's a huge hairy bunny beast that seems to be hiding in one of the pipes. It's been poking its head out, eyeing our measly food stash. I have to hope this gives me water somehow. Yep, no. Have you only been feeding every 10 days and watering every 5? Yes, Ocean. That's what I've been doing. And also, you didn't... I had so much food, I didn't have to worry about eating every 10. I may not have been perfect, but I got most of the way there. Also, Mary Jane just did not make it back. Alright. Not a bad run. A lot better than I was expecting with the start of it, but yeah. Okay, well with that, I think I'm going to make that the end of the stream for the day. I'll write the stream log, and I'll probably prepare for the next stream. Anyways, well with that, hopefully everyone here, you have a good rest of your day. Hopefully you did /will do something productive. So long. Bye-bye.